speaker. The next speaker is our member Ding Kun Yeat, who is giving his speech level 2 effective body language. The purpose of this project is to deliver a speech with awareness of your intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how you use nonverbal communication when delivering a speech. Ding Kun Yeat, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then I would like to introduce you guys Ding Kun Yeat for his speech. Tutor, Ding Kun Yeat, the stage is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Before I start my speech, I would like to ask you all questions. During your primary until your secondary schools, do you go for a tuition before? Maybe you can type in the chat box, say, or raise your hand for yes. Okay, I saw some of they say yes for it. Thank you. For me, I start to attend tuitions during my standard 6. During that time, my language is quite poor, so that I need some extra boost to get my language to be more advanced. And I am so lucky that I have met a few tutors that is dedicated, passionate, and willingly to teach me. They will always prepare a lot of materials and technique for me to build my language skill from basic to advanced. I still remember one of the Malay tutors that teach me my Malay language. She always asked us to bring our past exam papers after attending the exam, as she wanted to spot what is our weakness and mistake that we make in the exam and that we can be improved in futures. Unfortunately, there's also some tutors and centers outside that is not responsible for their students. I heard some of my friends say that some of the tuition centers, they try to get a lower fees to the students so that they're willing to come. However, their tutors are not qualifications, and the materials and information they provide to the students even can be wrong. However, there is a lot of students also willing to go for the tuition centers. Why? The reason that my friend told me is that the tuition centers give spot answers and spot questions to the students. And yet, the students can get an excellent result in their school exam. However, the school exam that given a good result is a fake hope. It doesn't represent what the student actually have understands. So until the real government exam, for example, SPN or STPN, even during my time PT3s, a lot of students you come back to the reality and feel that why the actual result they get from the government exam and the school exam result have a huge difference. So they were so panicked with that. And I say that those tuition centers are destroying the students' futures. This is all my experience during my student times. As come to my university years, I am so lucky that I get an opportunities to be a part-time online tutors. This was my first part-time job as a tutor during my university years. And it was a totally different experience to those days that you go to the tuition centers. The online tuitions mostly is just a 1-to-1 students or 1-to-2 students. And the device that needed for the class is just a laptop. And the students and the tutors can come from anywhere, even from overseas. It's the advantage of the online tuitions that I found it during my past few months as a online tutors. However, as online tutors, there are also some disadvantage. For example, as a tutor for me, I found that some students they doesn't like to open their camera during the class. Maybe they are shy, or maybe they doesn't want to listen to the class. So it kept me a trouble that how can I understand the student is that he or she is understand what I have delivered. To resolve this problem, instead of asking, are you understand the questions? Or are you listening to my speech or my delivery? I will just ask them questions. Because if you ask them, are you understand? Are you listening? They'll just blindly say, yes, I'm listening. I'm understanding. But then in reality, they doesn't know anything that you are dealing with. We have questions. If they can answer or have some clue to answer the questions, you can know that the student is partially or fully understand what you are dealing with. Those experience during the last sem break. During this sem break, I also go for part-time tutors, but then instead of an online tutors, I go for centers. This center is quite different from those traditional tuition centers. Traditional centers, they might have 1 to 50 students, 1 to 100 students that each of the students have to squeeze in the class to secure a space in the room. This tuition center is just like 1 to 1, 1 to 2, just like those online tuitions. However, there also has some difference between these tuition centers with those online tuitions. The first and the most different is the tuition center is in a physical setting. The problem that I met in online tuition is that I didn't know how the student is that understanding or listening to me. But in a physics setting, I easily can get it. I have a student which go for 1 to 1 science class for year 5 IGCSEs. She always fell sleepy because he always sleep late around 2 to 3 a.m. and have to wake up around 6 a.m. the another day to go to the class. So during the evening class for the tuition, for my class, he also come to sleepy and her face is like, he cannot open the eyes and standing. Even he's trying to sleep in my class. So I always ask him, instead of coming my class in the evening, why not he can try to attend a class in Saturday morning, but as a student, they doesn't want to sacrifice their playing time during the Saturday instead of going for tuitions. So he just remained, and I try to teach him during he can listen into the class. Besides the students, I met some students that they try to talk chit chat with me lots so that it can discipline my class that I will not going on my tuitions. So for these students, I always try to stop for a few seconds and silence so that they can stop talking and I can continue to deliver my class. Besides those experience that I get from those tuition class is wonderful, as I know that those tactics that use is cannot bluff the teachers that I use in the past time. All in all, being a tutor has been a great experience for me. From being a student receiving tutors to becoming a part-time online tutor and a tutor in the centers, each, each phase has enriched my social skills, which can get advantage in my future job. And I'm so grateful for this journey and hope that throughout my guide and support, my student can get improved in their study for this semester. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Koon, for your wonderful tutoring experience. Today, our meeting is full of tutors and doctors. So I'm very proud to be part of them. So now, next, let's continue to our next speaker, Elven. Elven Chan, Level 1 Evaluation and Feedback. First speech. The purpose of this project is to practice acquiring feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. The purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Elven, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, Elven. Today, Elven Chan Kai Sing will be giving a speech how basketball improved my life. How
Yeah.
basketball improved my life, Elven Chan Kai Sing.
All right. Oh, one moment. Okay. One moment. I'll provide a better picture next time. All right. How do you explain why people enjoy working? Or better, how can you explain why people feel excited when they get up from the bed? On the 4th of August 2024, two men won bronze medal from Malaysia. They were the first bronze medal Malaysia achieved in this Olympic. In fact, the very first medal Malaysia had in the Paris Olympic. And what is the secret behind their success? Is it passion? Is it gold? Is it fame? Or is it honor? The answer is passion. Imagine working in an environment that you endorse, feeling excited about your role every morning, and having a clear understanding of your purpose of working. This makes life more colorful and fulfilling. Turning work into more than just a means of making a living is a source of joy, it's a source of inspiration, and it's a source of happiness. I'm glad that I experienced the power of passion. It's the ultimate source of energy to strive for excellence, and I found it in basketball. I found my joy in basketball when I was 17. I have the passion to strive for excellence, and I do not deem it as training. I do not deem basketball training as something that is obligated in my life. I want to do it myself. I have the passion to work on it. Okay, I'm so sorry. I have the passion to work on it, and I do not feel tired every time when I have practice. I have the initiative to train myself on the court, wake up at 7 before I went to the time I was free. So basketball shaped my belief that passion is essential in my life. And it helps me to understand the importance of incorporating passion into my career. And since work will occupy a large part of my life, I must love what I do. Well, I would say that the best way is to have both passion and talent, which fortunately to speak that I am happen to found it. I happen to found it. I happen to find it in accounting, which I have passion and perhaps a little bit of talent. Where passion leads to discipline, and discipline shapes good work ethics. Work ethics simply means that having the interest and initiative to learn about the concepts, and this I apply this in basketball and accounting as well. Where if you want to win over a match in basketball, you first have to understand the different kind of strategy they use, and this applies in accounting concepts, principles, and application on business field. I come to realize the importance and the advantages and disadvantages of each economic system, which is related to accounting, and the consequences of each system. Basketball taught me that it's important to use the most suitable, the most suitable method. Then basketball taught me that it's important to use the most suitable method working instead of just working extremely hard, especially in the wrong path. The ideal way is to find the suitable method and repeat what you have done successfully and work, work, and work. Basketball also taught me that accepting failures is essential. Where sometimes we did well about something, we did well in our trainings, but we did not perform well in our matches. We lost to our competitors. And I always had a hard time trying to figure out why didn't I perform as well as my practice, or why did I perform bad even after tons of trainings. Well, I've learned to adopt the mentality, the strong mentality, which is also known as equanimity. Equanimity facilitates strong focus, which enhance my learning curve and empowers me to progress steadfastly, that I'm always staying calm and I do not get panicked even if my competitors are better than me sometimes. And the strong will always have the strong mentality, which is equanimity. And also, basketball emphasized the importance of details in my game as well as my careers. While they always say that great people do things, and what comes to matter at the end of the day is always details, which perfectionism is all about being how detailed you are. Whoever grabs the detail will win in every field. For example, Aaron and Sawaki, they lost in their semi-final in Olympic. I don't think that the China players are more capable than them, but it's all about the equanimity of mentality and the grasp of details. That the Chinese player can seize the opportunities when they saw drawbacks in Aaron and Sawaki. That they did not handle the details well enough as relatively compared to the Chinese players. And so, for instance, also, if you look at the Apple's product, Apple's always focus on the details about how great their product is. They minimize the effort of you moving. You are just sliding up the screen, which Samsung, they have a button, they have the home button in there that does not seem that elegant. And also, details is important, especially in the understanding different concepts and systems in the business field. It ensures clear logical thinking skills and it prevents you from making tiny mistakes. As we all know that details are very important, especially serving for our customers. Where customers deem details as something very important, we need to enhance their user experience, and it's all about details. In conclusion, basketball improved my life by first shaping my passion, empowering, enables me to understand the importance of passion in my daily life. Next, with passion, it comes great ethics when you have the passion and desire to strive for excellence. You have great discipline when necessary, and when great work ethics, it facilitates the observation of details as well as controlling of how detailed you are. Do you want a life with exciting and successful journey? Or do you want a life that is just ordinary? Well, I'll leave this question to you guys to think about it. And thank you. Go back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, Elven Chan Kai Sin, for your wonderful basketball sharing. I know that your idol in basketball is Kobe Bryant. You told me before, and I agree that he has the Mamba mentality because he is the one of the GOAT. Next, one of the GOAT. Yay, we finished the speech, but now we need to have feedback and evaluation. So feedback
Excuse
and
me,
evaluation.
we
Yeah.
haven't voted for the best table topics and prepared speech speaker yet. Thank you.
Mm, um, the ASAA is it able for us to like vote in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay, have you shared the chat in the chat?
Oh, I was saying, is it okay if we vote everything together after event?
Oh, can
There are
even
time
better.
for you to vote. Thanks.
Good. Okay, let's continue. The evaluation session. You'll be hosted for the first evaluation will be the table topic evaluator. Zhong Yuming, EC4, it will be 5 to 7 minutes. Can you
I'm afraid I passed the role to Zhi Jun due to technical issues occurred to me.
okay, then
I
fear
exchanged
not.
role with Zhi Jun, by the way.
Okay, understand. So instead, Zhi Jun, can you come up and the stage is yours.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Today, we have witnessed total of 5 table topic speakers who brave as to stand out and challenge themselves in the impromptu speech. Our first speaker, Toastmaster Nelson. Toastmaster Nelson, he talked about, he relate us with the life, with the podium, and brief us about how important a podium, how it brings a significant meaning to us or to the country. Toastmaster Nelson, I have evaluated you for several times. And the first, I like how you interact with your audience. You capture our attention with asking a question. Have we stand at the podium before? And I would like to see on your improvement in, you think, I noticed that you like to rush before, like you just rush what you want to talk, and then after that, oh, what I want to say, then just you pause and think. I would like to challenge you, Toastmaster Nelson. Think first, the whole plot a story, like the simple intro and then the main body and the conclusion. Think first a rough before you talk. Our second speaker, our new fledgling member, Toastmaster Ian, who just joined Toastmaster yesterday, and he is brave to take up the challenge to talk about the table topics. Toastmaster Ian, he continues Nelson's story about the experience about his stand on the podium. Toastmaster Ian, he shared about his experience as a badminton team and talking about how it's hard, the journey for him and the team member to stand on the podium. I like about the fluency of the whole story that Toastmaster Ian made about how it's hard, and then with his effort, and then finally you stand on the podium. And for a brief introduction about the impromptu speech, Toastmaster Ian, you can elaborate more of the story. Elaborate more about the details about how hard you and your team make all the effort to stand on the podium. Because I heard that the topic is you want to talk about the experience, right? To stand on the podium. So you can work on how hard or how much effort you make instead of the long intro and the long conclusion. Because you only have 1 to 2 minutes, so the body, I would say like the body is the main thing. Can just keep the introduction and the conclusion short a bit. Our third speaker, Toastmaster James, he's talking about looking back. Toastmaster James, I like the clarity and the fluency about his talk. He taught us about as if he almost 30 and he looking back what he did, like getting injured, getting COVID, and then now he just coaching and doing articles. And he wished that there's the senior men Olympics or the academics for the senior people to study in. If got time, Toastmaster James, I would like to challenge you, like to give you a conclusion about just a simple wrap up about what you talk about. Our fourth speaker, Toastmaster Koon. I can't remember the topic, but I can remember what Toastmaster Koon talked about is he shared us about the experience as a audience who watching the sports game. Like he briefed us a game, badminton. He have different playing style, and especially there are some haters. Not sure it's the haters or the people who comment the bad things. Hey, this one not good lah, not good lah. And then I like his conclusion about he wrapped up the wow feeling about his experience of watching the sports competition. He just conclude like, I'm ganti. Like, just learn the basic knowledge of badminton before you comment. It's very humoring, it's very humorous, and it's good. It is presents well in wrapping up his whole topics of his what you want to talk about. To spice up your speech, you may add on some hand gestures to express more about your feeling about what's your feeling when you see the people like commenting, hey, you beat so bad. Just can show some hand gesture. And last, Toastmaster Elven, he talked about the Chinese players. I need to put this philosophy. Like, even though the Chinese team, they won a lot of medal, but they just like keep saying the hating message. I say, just like that. I like about he talked about the scenery. He bring us the scenery to like we can imagine like the feeling about how the Chinese commanders that command us, like showing about they cannot access to the Insta, but they just comment at the little reboot or something like that. One improvement for Toastmaster Elven is your camera angle. I noticed that when you're talking, your talking is good clarity. But I just see your forehead and your eyes and your half of nose. Perhaps you can just stand up or just adjust your camera just so that people can see your full half of the body and your hand. Overall, congratulations for all 5 speakers. And back to you, Toastmaster of Evening.
Thank you so much for your wonderful
等一下，
sharing.
我的 OK 的，我的。等一下啊
Alvin, can you get us up? Thank you.
Sorry guys, my
Okay.
Wi-Fi broke now. I
Wow.
will watch the recording later, Zhi Jun. I'm so sorry.
Okay, let's continue to the. Thank you so much, Zhi Jun, for your wonderful evaluation, your last minute change. Thank you so much. But this is actually very good because she helped out a lot for this meeting. Next, I would like to invite the evaluator, speech evaluator, Chong Yu Ming, EC4, 2 to 3 minutes to Li Ming Kang. I'm sorry, there's a typo for Ding Kun Yan.
Thank you so much. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Evening, for the kind introduction. Due to the technical difficulties, I had to swap my role with Zhi Jun, Toastmaster Zhi Jun on this matter. Now, Toastmaster Ming Kang, you have delivered the speech titled Living a Double C Life. The first thing I thought, what is it all about? What is double C about? And I managed to find out the answer, and I felt inspired by your speech. So let us begin with his strength of his 18 to 22 minute speech, which is quite an impressive feat pulled off by Ming Kang himself. So the first one is, have you noticed that Ming Kang has conducted himself well as a professional speaker? Have you guys noticed that? Put a 1 if you agree with me on this point. Yes. You can tell not only from his attire, he wore a very nice blazer over it. He is also demonstrated he's prepared to make this speech by being calm throughout the speech. And throughout his speech and throughout the section in his speech, from introduction to the conclusion, he has allocated the time needed for each of these sections pretty well. I can tell from how Meng Gang's speech pacing, how Meng Gang's speech has not changed in terms of pacing erratically throughout his speech. That is quite important, especially audience from like me don't feel so as in, oh, there's a rush. That is a good thing. The second strength of Meng Gang's speech is that content. What I mean by content, it means the body of the speech. Have you noticed that his speech is provided every single points with an adequate supporting evidence? Let me give you an example, Meng Gang. He said about create to learn and vice versa, as well as give to gain and gain to give. So how he relate his life experience in those phrases he used in his speech. First, he talked about his sundial, his creation of sundial. That is the create. So by creating, he learned, and by learning, he create. That is all it's about. As for giving the knowledge to others is to gain knowledge. He's offering tuition to those students who are sitting for IGCSE. And likewise, preparing speeches at Toastmasters here. Now, and the last thing I find the most crucial thing, the strength in his 18 to 22 minute speech is that he has made a very well conclusion. He wrapped up the speech well. He dedicated 2 slides, in fact, and he make it well paced so that all the audience here, including me, I also kind of remember, oh, that is what he's talking about. At least I know how things come back to where it started from how the double C idea came to be. What is he doing? Why is it good? And how we're going to learn it from there. Now, to make your speech better in the future, lengthy speech, and especially in this context, I would say the first one is the connection. Now, I noticed that in your introduction, you provided us with pyramids, right? The 2 pyramids that tell that, which is used as the genesis of your phrase double C life. I'm not sure whether these pyramids are kind of related or being significant. That is because I felt that when in the beginning of speech, we are really literally a blank slate as an audience for me. And I suddenly bombarded with a lot of information, which I think some parts are not exactly necessary. So as a suggestion, is either you simplify the diagram, make it easier for us to digest, especially seeing a lot of things, or you can interact with us more by asking a very good question, like, have you guys heard of Bloom taxonomy? Raise your hands if you think that lectures are listening to lectures make you know the materials immediately, something like that. At least we have a feeling, then we will digest it easier. The second part is the clarity. Now, the implication part is the implication is a bit confusing to me because implication has various meanings, by the way. Implication could be implying something. So maybe it's implying, but when I listen to a speech, actually what I mean by implication is that what's the consequence of doing the action of doing so. So maybe you change the section name as why we are doing it, or you can put as simply WHY question mark, a succinct and short section, and people know why you're doing it. So at least we know what is going on. And I know the second thing I noticed is that when you talk about the benefits of DIY, you place it in the introduction section. Maybe it's better you put it in the implication section so that you can talk about benefits as a whole in one section itself. Don't want to confuse these 2 sections together. And lastly, because I know you are from an academic background, citations. So I noticed your citations are not quite consistent. For the pyramids, you didn't put any citations at the bottom right corner, while some other parts of the speech slides, you do put the citations there. So I recommend you to make it more consistent on that regard. Okay, so in conclusion, you've done well in terms of conducting yourself as a good professional speaker, good, well-constructed content, and well-structured conclusion. 3 C's. As for the improvements, I offer the 3 C's are connection, clarity, and citations. That's all from me, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Evaluator Meng. As we know that we need to have citation for all assignments or presentation in academic backgrounds. Thank you so much, and I would like to continue with the next evaluator. The next evaluator is Mr. James Khan. He will be giving evaluation to Ding Kun Yet, which is 2 to 3 minutes. Are you ready, James?
Mic check. Can hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Okay, James Khan, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Toastmasters for the evening. This is James here. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Let me adjust my lighting. Yep. Until got that. Am I? All right. Kun Yet, first thing, I need to say something about your speech. You have met your objective. Yep. In a way, but whether you meet your objective and pass it with flying colors, we shall see. All in all, let me start with my first point first. Firstly, he has hand gestures that are purposefully tying to his speech. From what I noticed, that Kun Yet himself has hand gestures that tie to his speech, like purposefully, like for example, when he say that the difference between the marks of the trial exam and the final exam for his students are like, why so different? I can see that. I also could see that, oops, sorry. Excuse me. I think I'll do something about the lighting. Give me a moment. Sorry, give me about 5 seconds. I'll be back. I apologize for the excessive backlight. Okay, guys. Yeah, back to where I would like to continue on. I really love that he does use this to stress a point. He used his hand gesture purposely to stress a point that, like, about the big tuition centers, the online tuition centers. He used it multiple times in his speech, where he tried to point out about his students. There are some of them who doesn't like turn off cameras, some of them who love to distract him so that he will not be able to complete his syllabus on time or his speech or his teaching objectives. He also used sufficient hand gestures to illustrate certain points. At the same time, I noticed from his body movements, his facial expressions to change when he say he sleeps, when he say the students are sleepy. He really did show it up in a way that really tells us that the speech and his body movement purposefully well linked. That's what I like about him. I really love that how his story basically is very simple, easy to follow, and very easy for him to apply body language, gestures, expressions, even though in the environment. Now, let's look on to the points that I feel could have accentuated his speech further in a way that it would have been done. I noticed that if you notice me now, you can see my half body up. You can see my hand gestures moving freely, right? If I may suggest one point to you, Kun Yet, I couldn't see, though I can see 50% of your gestures, the other 50 is being hidden by the way that you position your camera. If possible, try to stand further away from the camera to give yourself so that we the audience can see you better in terms of hand gestures, how you hold. And I noticed there's some things you're trying to show. I noticed some subtle things about your gestures that is maybe unintentional, but it's not purposeful. Like probably you're just shuffling your hands here and there. I noticed that your hands are like moving around when you're talking. Those do not add value. If can, try to cut it down, because it doesn't add value to a speech. It's just like you're trying to recall something, if possible. And also, not only that, I noticed that you've been looking towards the camera, looking towards this direction when you're presenting. So your eye contact isn't really consistently on your camera. If possible, try to focus on the audience here. All in all, Koon Yeat, I really love your certain purposeful gestures, body language, facial gestures. If possible, try to focus on adjusting your cameras so that we can see other of your purposeful gestures to minimize those this monotonous rotating hands, and also try to focus here. All in all, you did an adequate job to pass, but whether exceeding, I would say I give you a big grade lah. All in all, I really love your speech. If I can challenge you, I want you to do it in physical setting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, James, for your wonderful evaluation to our member, Ding Koon Yeat. Now, finally, let's go to the next session. Speech evaluator, Joshua Lim, to his evaluation of Elven. Joshua Lim, are you ready?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Joshua Lim, the floor is yours.
Thank you to our Toastmaster of the evening, Nicholas. Accepting failure is essential. Accepting feedback is empowering. If there is one element that I can learn from Elven's speech, it is the energy he put into it. When I was 17 years old, I found joy in basketball. I was so passionate until I wake up early, 6 a.m. every day, and not feel tired after playing it. That, plus the clarity in your speech, gave me the impression that you really were passionate about basketball. And I hope that you're still passionate with it to this day. The second thing I like about Elven's speech is his eye contact. You'll notice that he's always looking through the camera hole, as though he's comfortable with the audiences. He knows what it is that he wants to share. How passion become into discipline and how it becomes good work ethics, how he ended up adopting a strong mentality whenever he faced with a stronger opponent. So those are the two good points that I like. Sometimes I do notice that in your eye contact, you may look up onto your right side or maybe left side, as though you're trying to remember something. In conjunction with that, I also do notice that when you give your speech, it may be a bit too fast. Here's a tip that I can give you, that I can share with you, that you can implement in your next speech. Perhaps you may want to try to slow down, add a few pauses. And this technique usually helps to jog up your memory to remember back what is it that you memorize, and then can slowly connect the points and makes it seem as though it is smooth and you did not forget one part of your speech. The next thing that I also noticed was you did have good hand gestures. Only thing is that the confinements of this camera. Perhaps by moving the camera a little bit backwards, we can see your hand gestures more clearly. Or if sometimes your virtual background is distracting your hand gestures, you may choose to turn it off, put a blur background or maybe no background, just with a white wall like the one that I'm having right now, and we can see your hand gestures clearly. as a challenge, I feel that you have a talent of inspiring others through your speech. Maybe you may want to work on inspiring others. Perhaps you can present this same speech, but with an inspiring tone. Overall, I think you did great in terms of the energy and the clarity you put into your speech, your eye contact with the audiences. In the future, perhaps add a little bit of pauses, try to slow down a bit. No rush. This is just a speech with a supportive environment. Perhaps try to position your camera so that it may capture your entire body and we can see your hand gestures clearly. Because I can tell that your hand gestures for each point is powerful in its own way. And lastly, as a challenge to you, you may want to work on being an inspiring speaker. That is all from me. Back to you, Toastmaster Vicky.
Thank you, Joshua, for your inspiring evaluation to Elven. I believe that this is the last of the evaluation session, and next we need to proceed to the timer's report. Without the timer, this meeting will be a total
Nicholas,
chaos.
sorry to interrupt. You want to vote for the best table topic speakers, evaluators, as well as best speeches first, or you want to proceed with the timer first?
Okay, we can vote first.
All right. Okay, I'll launch the poll now. 1 minute. So I'll launch for the best table topic speakers first, followed by speeches and then evaluators.
Okay, thank you so much. Best table topic speaker. The winner is Ming Kang.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah,
The winner is Iktifa.
yeah, the winner is Yu Ming.
Oh, Ian, you might ask, can you vote for yourself? Answer is yes.
Yes. Vote
You
for
can
yourself.
vote for anyone, even yourself. Most
Because
people vote for themselves.
because I have two devices, so I only vote one, yeah. Or you want me to vote two also can?
One enough, one enough. All right, I'll end it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right.
Do we have a winner?
Yep, we have a winner.
Wow. Nice. Waiter, please share me the winner, then I know the spoilers. Okay, next poll. Oh, best speaker. Who's the best speaker?
Nicholas,
No, I'm not a speaker. I'm a Toastmaster of the evening.
You are
aren't you speaking?
the best Toastmaster of the evening for today's meeting.
Cause there's only one. Elven, remember to share to me. Don't tell them.
All right.
I have the secrets.
Yep. Okay. I will end it in. Okay, okay. I have the result already. So I'll end the poll now and I'll launch the evaluator.
Okay. Best evaluator. Who's the best evaluator?
Nicholas.
Thank you so much. What about
Oh, I don't know, by the
Kinzu?
way.
Kinzu is the best evaluator.
Everyone's the best evaluator.
Binkan is the best evaluator.
Are you evaluating my
One
own
more
speech?
piece. We have a tie now. One more piece. We
I
have
just
a tie
submitted.
now.
Wow.
Who else? Okay. 3, 2, 1. All right.
Wow. Let's continue.
All right. I've done it. Nicholas, I've done it to you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's continue to just now the timers report. Timers report by Umairah. The timer, Umairah, 1 to 2 minutes. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Umairah, the floor is yours.
Good evening and greetings to all Toastmasters and guests. My name is Umairah, your timer for this evening. As timer, I will time the table topics, speaker, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time. So the time meeting started at 1 minute. For the first table topic, Nelson, 2 minutes 22 seconds. Second table topic speakers, Ian Chong, 1 minute 31 seconds. Third, James, 1 minute 30 seconds. Ding Kun Yeat, for fourth table topic speaker, 2 minutes. Elven, 2 minutes 34 seconds. So, Elven is overtime by 4 seconds. For project speech sessions, Lim Ming Kang, 21 minutes 21 seconds, still in time. Ding Kun Yeat, 9 minutes 13 seconds, overtime. For Elven Chan, 6 minutes 20 seconds, still in time. So for the table topic evaluators, Zhi Jun, 7 minutes 17 seconds, overtime. For speech evaluator, Meng, 6 minutes 58 seconds. For James Khan, 4 minutes 54 seconds, overtime. And lastly, for Joshua Lim, 3 minutes 32 seconds, overtime by 32 seconds. That's all from me.
Thank you so much for the timers report. Thank you so much for your wonderful report on the time. As we know that time is important, time is precious, and time is relative. This is a physics quote. Next is the award ceremony. No, what is this? Where is Joshua there? So sorry. This is the last week's slides. Last meeting slides. I forgot to edit it out. So let's, without any typo of technical issues, let's continue to the best table topic speaker.
Nicholas.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, let's have some drum roll, please. It's Ian.
Oh, congrats, congrats.
Oh no, I forgot
Wow,
to change
good
the date.
achievement.
I forgot to change the date. The date is August 5th August. Okay. Can Elven take a picture with with Ian, or do I need to stop share
Yeah.
screen?
I will spotlight him. Let me give me a moment. I'll spotlight Ian and I'll spotlight. I spotlighted him already. One moment.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
For Ian's first meeting, he's
One
already the
moment.
best table topic speaker.
You're giving chance to noobs, is it? Your-
No lah.
All right.
Don't like you deserve it. Your speech was nice. I can't wait
It
for. I can't
doesn't
wait
me
have
get a
any
picture
body
first.
inside. Like there's no EC
Right.
inside at all.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
Tempting,
table
authentic.
topic
Let me
speakers
take a.
are impromptu.
All right, Ian. So I take a picture of you with the certs now.
Okay.
On the count of 3, 2, 1. Wait. All right.
Okay.
Wait, can I take a photo of this cert as well?
Yes, you can.
I need to rub
I
it on
see
May's
Ian
face.
taking
It will
picture
share
of
inside the
the
group. The picture will be
photo
shared
also.
inside the group.
Okay. All right. Got it. Thanks. Thanks, guys. That was quite
Okay,
exciting as
Job,
well.
good job.
amazing, marvelous, fantastic. Continue. Oh,
Sorry
I
already
think
lah.
All right.
I think we saw the
Thank you,
spoiler.
Ian.
So for the best speaker, who's the best speaker?
Nicholas.
Thank you, Ian.
The best speaker is
Yep, sure. Actually,
Meng as unexpected.
you.
He won by a tight margin.
Wow. Thank you for that one word.
Thank you for the one vote. He got
Yeah.
gold medal in this Olympic.
Lucky. Are we taking photo?
Okay. Yes, Elven, can you take a picture for
All right, on the count of 3, 2, 1. Congrats, Ming Kang. All right.
guys? Can you hear me?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I thought my voice hilang or disappear. Okay. Next. For the next winner is the best evaluator. The best evaluator is where the evaluator will give feedbacks to the speakers or the table topics. That's why we need the best evaluator to appreciate their wisdom and their golden nuggets. The best evaluator, the winner of the best evaluator is
Nelson.
Nelson Fuan James Khan.
Wow, James double winner. Last week and this week. Congrats.
Thank you
Oh,
so much. Oh my God, I didn't expect it again.
You crossed
okay.
the evaluation.
Okay. Elvin,
All
are
right.
you able to take the picture?
Yep, I'm ready. Yep.
Remember to
3.
send it to the
On the
group
count of
later.
3. All right, 3, 2, 1. Smile. All right. Thank you, James.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much for your
Once again, one of the best evaluator. Thank
so
you once again for being UMTMC evaluator as well. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, bro.
thank you so much. Okay, now we have come to the end of the awards ceremony. And here is our upcoming meetings. It will be held on the 12th of August, which is a webinar, a speech contest. If more information, you can approach our VPE, Elven. And also on 19 August, there'll be an online meeting. Mark your calendar down, and we hope to see you on that day. I'd like to invite our presiding officer for her closing address. Zhi Jun, are you ready?
Yes.
Zhi Jun, the floor is yours.
By the way, can you share the screen before this?
Okay.
Okay. So just elaborate. Just a deep elaborate is our senior member Joshua. He's completing his level 4 project and he will do a webinar regarding about a speech contest on next Monday, 12 August 2024, 8 p.m. online here. So just if you want to listen how the tactic to win the contest or experience in the speech contest, join us next week. And 19 August, next Monday, is usual online meeting. And also 2nd September, our first Monday of September, we will have, besides the usual online meeting, we will also have our old exco discharge and new exco installation. And So mark that down on your calendar. And to close this, to close the meeting, I just received the news is about our men's single of badminton. Our athlete Li Zijia, he just won the bronze medal just now when on the midst of the meeting. So yeah, we have another bronze. I think no duty, since it's just a bronze and he's not under the national sports team. He's just a free athlete.
At least half day cuti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Okay.
For me, I think the most people, the highest hope who will get the gold medal is the bicycle, the Azizu Awang. But some people say that he's 36 and then he just received his heart surgery. So anyway, let us witness how our remaining athletes perform. And thank you everyone for joining, and I will call this meeting adjourned.